Well, it's finally done. 4 weeks after the Premier League title was mathematically secured, we finally got to see Liverpool lift the trophy today in front of a full house Anfield. Just, just absolutely amazing scenes. You know, seeing the trophy and with the red ribbons and everything. And somehow when I look at it, you know, it just feels right. And somehow it just feels right. Like everything is right with the world. And today this match, the the result, almost felt irrelevant, right? Because the title was already secured. It was always going to be a big party mood, big party atmosphere throughout. And Crystal Palace themselves, they won the FA Cup. So this match, Premier League winners versus FA Cup winners, and it was nice to see both teams giving each other guard of honors. Champion recognized champion kind of thing. It's a mutual show of respect, grace, a bit of class. It still feels like as if it was yesterday that that we saw Liverpool starting the season away at Ipswich. It was, and that match, it was I recall it being a rather comfortable, very comfortable, very professional 2-0 win. No drama, no histrionics. They kept control of that match very well. They scored the 2 goals, got the points, and went home. And although at that time I wasn't sure at all, I had no idea at all whether this team could or would challenge for the league title, as it has transpired, that match is almost reflective of Liverpool's league season as a whole. Because once Liverpool took the lead of the league table in November, I think it was November. Liverpool, once they got there, they just stayed at the top. And although there were different moments in the season where where the points lead looked like it was shrinking down, single digit gap. I think there were points where it was 6 points. There were moments where it was 6 points, or even 4 points, and I think there was also a moment where the gap was down to 2 points. Despite those situations, Liverpool just found another gear, and they just carried on serenely into the distance. The gap grew and grew. Eventually 8 points, 10 points, 12 points, 15 points, that kind of distance, all the way till this end of the season, the league title secured. And it's really it's nice to see, really happy to see Liverpool champions again. And this team, of course, Arne Slot took over in the summer from Jurgen Klopp, who had left. But I feel like it's like an overarching overall project that has really built over years and years. When Klopp was here, he helped to lay down a lot of foundations, very good foundations. He won trophies with the team. Klopp won the Champions League with the team. He won the Premier League as well. And after he left, he still left behind a very good squad. And yes, albeit I didn't know whether or not they could compete for the title, eventually it turned out that they could, and they did win it. But that they have won it, shows that the it shows that the foundations left, are good, are strong. And this team can compete, this team can win, and it's also a big credit to Slot for being able to take over and just keep things running, keep things going smoothly. It it would have been very easy for for most managers to come in and intend to stamp their own authority and do things their own way, and like rip up the whole blueprint, and start from scratch, stuff like that. But he has come in, he has seen the team, he's seen the squad, he has seen what's good, and he has kept the good stuff going. He has seen what was not so good, and he has worked to improve those bits. So it's a very fine balance in terms of knowing what to maintain and knowing what to tweak or change ever so slightly. And what we see here are the rewards of not just the effort, but also the intelligence and the care required for in terms of balancing out what to change and what to keep. Very very delicate balance. Full credit to Slot and the team for doing all this. And watching the trophy celebration just now, it just feels good. It just feels right. It's like absolutely perfect, And of course, now that this season is over, now that the league title has been delivered, the attention, the focus will move ahead to the next season, and especially on the business of player transfers. Who is leaving? Who is coming in? Of course, there was already the much publicized and much spoken about departure of Alexander-Arnold. He has already been confirmed that he's leaving. Then over the past few days, I've read about some of the transfer business that Liverpool are working on. All the transfer rumors and speculations, whether this deal or that deal. So the names I've heard: Jeremy Frimpong. I think his is probably either a done deal or very very close to being done. And the amount I heard was something like £30 million, there or thereabouts. Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth, the left back from Bournemouth. His name is also in the mix. Something in the region of 35 million or 40 million pounds, there or thereabouts as well. Then also, Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen as well. Frimpong's teammate there. The news that I read in the past few days is that he's rejected Bayern, and Man City have pulled out. And apparently, from what I read, is that he has agreed to join Liverpool, but then Liverpool had to agree a fee with Leverkusen themselves, the club. And the number that is being spoken about is something in the region of 120 million pounds. Now this number, is huge, very huge. It's an absolutely enormous, huge transfer fee, that dwarfs Liverpool's current record transfer fee, which was roughly the 80 million that was spent on Darwin Núñez. But if this deal gets done, it would be one of those really spectacular, high-profile transfer deals of the summer, and it just feels like Liverpool are working fast and efficient on getting these deals done. apparently the word going around is that Liverpool want to strengthen the team, strengthen the team enough to go all out for all 4 trophies next season. And if they somehow manage to do all that, it would be a spectacularly historic season if that can get done. It's it's interesting. It's exciting to see who's gonna be coming through the doors, who's gonna be coming in, and how good this team can be next season with the new incoming signings. But that is a discussion for next season. As far as today is concerned, Liverpool champions once again. Liverpool are back on their perch. Liverpool 20 times.